everybody. Welcome to Cox Connections. Brad Grundmeyer, Director of Public and Government Affairs for Cox, Louisiana. Thank you so much for tuning into our show. One great event. Actually, I should say, you know it's spring when Lympho Maniacs comes about. It's awesome. It's a great event, all to raise money for cancer research and the great things, particularly at East Jefferson General Hospital and the great work that they're doing to purchase this year, something really quite incredible. Happy to be joined by the founding the godfather, if you will, the godfather of I'm trying to think of something rather clever off the top of my head, of everything, really, regarding the Lympho Maniacs, an amazing story and a good friend as well, Mr. Chad Landry.
Thank you.
Good to see you, my friend, as well Anthony Graziano, who's the president of Mobile Music, will also be our DJ that night. So if you want some great 70s music and you want to be there to have some fun, this is definitely the place to be. So, Chad, I know I always ask you this, but for those who don't know a little bit about the history of Lympho Maniacs, real quickly, a great story, thankfully a successful story about how you'd found out you had cancer and basically made a promise. And now, thankfully, you are free of cancer, but also you came true on your promise and raising money and making a difference.
Yeah, I was, my Hodgkin's lymphoma survivor. I was due for my 5-year checkup at East Jefferson General Hospital. Went in to go to the hospital to get the checkup. Did something called a PET fusion X-ray. It lit up a lymph node in my chin. That's a big deal. So they sent me in for a biopsy, and I told myself that if this lymph node comes back a false positive, I'm going to have the biggest 70s party you can possibly imagine. That was 10 years ago.
Now, is that because you're a big 70s music lover, or you just thought, well, those were crazy times in the 70s, and how appropriate you would have a 70s party? Is that how, what was the
Yeah,
logic?
I mean, I don't remember too much from the 70s. I was born in 1975, but,
exactly.
Going to LSU and being in a fraternity, some of the best parties I ever went to were 70s parties.
Wow, okay.
So that's, something about the 70s, the music, just everyone just has a great time, the clothes. Yeah. So that was pretty much the guiding force.
Well, I was born in the 60s. But it's great. It's a great party, everybody, and it's coming up on Saturday, March the 24th, actually at a new location, and that's at a new location. It had always been at Republican, but you basically have outgrown that, and now it's signing information now.
Yeah, Republic was a cool venue. We did it there the past 5 years, but just to kind of freshen it up and move it to a new venue, we've grown. We're 1,000+ people at the party, so we moved it to Mardi Gras World this year, East Bank location near the convention center. Having it in the float warehouse there, going to surround it with Orpheus floats, light them up, big stage in the middle. So that's opening up to the Mississippi River, so it's a cool venue. All the people who have supported this for the past couple of years have something to look forward to with the new venue at Mardi Gras World, so pumped about that.
Yeah, because when those floats get lit up, let alone all these crazy costumes. We actually have, maybe Walter, let's see if we can show it. We have some pictures we'll kind of show you a little bit of, but this is the ones that are actually on the website for Lympho Maniacs, which is lympho-maniac.com, but we're just showing you some of the pictures from the 2009. I'm going to show you some 2007, but I really like these because they're awesome, because you can see you have a costume contest, do you not?
We have a little bit of a costume contest, but also a dance contest, which is at 10 o'clock, and judged by celebrity judges. Donald Trump Jr. and his wife, Vanessa Trump, are coming down for the party one more time because they love it.
And Donald Trump Jr. has always supported this initiative, and it's really been a credit to you and the credibility you bring, but the relationship you have with him, that he continues to love to come and be a part of this.
Right. This is his 4th year coming down, and after the first year he came down to the party, at the end of the night he said to me, he said, this is a great party. It's one of the best parties I've ever been to, and he said, we could never pull this party off in New York City, which kind of surprised me. And I said, well, why? And he said, the people in New York are just way too uptight. And he said, the people here take it so serious in New Orleans and they get so into it. He said, I'm never going to miss another year. And so this will be his 4th year coming down with his wife.
Now, Anthony, wow, mobile music, your business, but also, I'm sure you know how to have an awesome 70s dance party.
Oh yes, I started music DJing back in the 70s, 1975 to be exact, and I've been spinning since then.
Yeah, really. So what, when you know of an event like Chad's, what are you looking to get? Obviously get people, we're not talking to hear some old soft 70s light rock. We're talking about funk craziness.
All kinds of stuff, back from in the disco days. We'll possibly throw in some music of today as well, but
right.
It'll be a lot of good 70s things.
Yeah, so if you love those music, Saturday Night Fever, those kinds of things, love Earth, Wind and Fire,
oh,
love some Bee Gees, love you know, good Grand Funk Railroad and everything. It's just, this is a party truly with a purpose, of course, but it's really fun, Chad. I mean, you really have it's all in just great, wholesome fun. It's like what the college party you went to, but a legitimate one that is raising money and making a difference, that people can really come and have fun. I know costume vendors locally are running out of stuff already.
That's true.
Showing that people are getting ready for this.
Our goal that night, and I've said this once, and I'll say it again, is that, you know, the cancer mindset is pretty unique in that you kind of live for the moment. And our goal that night at the Lympho Maniac party is to take that cancer mindset mainstream, where that night, you know, you're living for the moment, you're having a good time, you're with friends and family, and you're just having a good time dancing like there's no tomorrow. And that's the goal of the Lympho Maniac party, is to take that mindset mainstream, and everybody, it's a really cool vibe at the party every year. Oh,
there's without a doubt. And the costume, I mean, look at this guy, you know, I mean, we're just, and you always have, you're not going to tell me, but always have a costume that no one knows about. Am I understand? Is that correct? Memory serves me correct?
That's true, and I won't be able to reveal it.
Okay.
Right.
What was last year's? I remember it was pretty fun. Now, here's last year's. You looked a little, I mean, maybe I'm missing something. You were in a black dress shirt. What were you last year?
It was a little bit more Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I had a wardrobe malfunction.
And Donald's got the afro, that blonde afro, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It looks good on him. And then here, people are doing, obviously, he's judging, correct?
Right.
The contest, and here's someone dressed like Pee Wee Herman.
Right, that's Disco Pee Wee.
Disco Pee Wee, awesome. That's something you want to put
favorite
on your resume.
Yeah.
And again, people just having a good time, dancing it up, shaking what they have, and the competition is pretty extreme.
It's pretty heated. I mean, people started bringing their own music. Will email me early that want to make sure we have certain music, so it's getting heated. Winner takes the disco ball home. So, you know, I have a client that won a couple years ago, and his disco ball's hanging in Staten Island in his daughter's room right now as we speak. So people take a lot you are
very prideful.
Yeah.
And Anthony, this is something that you have new this year. Mm-hmm. When people go there, you will be set up as well.
Right.
With what? Tell
doing
everybody
flip
about
books. What we're doing is a 7-second video. People standing in front of a green screen will have in the background flowers, peace signs that'll be going. So when they do this 7-second video, we're going to print it out and turn it into a flip book in about 90 seconds. So they'll go home with a nice little favor there from
So
the
right
party.
here, I don't know where we can get a shot of this. I don't know, but it's basically the old flip book. Am I doing it the right way?
You start from the front.
Try to get my reverse here, but basically there you go. I'm not really giving it to the best camera.
Yeah.
Anthony, why don't you do that? Marlo can get a good shot of it. But to this camera over here.
Oh,
but it's nice because, you know, this. Remember the days of this? You can do this in. While they're there, 7 seconds, and then you just print this out. Everybody gets a little book.
Exactly.
So you can have people kissing or whatever, being silly and stuff.
For 7 seconds, whatever they want to do.
Very nice. That's awesome. Is that for a charge? Obviously, that will be there?
Charge.
No charge.
The tickets are
fun book in your 70s outfit.
Right. The tickets are $35 in advance, and what that includes is it's food from 15 restaurants, open bar 7 to 9, and the opportunity to participate in the dance contest at 10 o'clock that's judged by Donald Trump Jr. I think it's a pretty good value, with all the money going to help fund the purchase of a new skin cancer radiation machine.
Tell me about that. The SRT, right?
It's the SRT 100. It's a company out of Boca Raton, Florida, that sells these radiation machines called Census Healthcare is the name of the company. They're actually going to be the ones that are going to be the sponsor of these flip books. They're putting up the money to get these flip books there. The CEO of the company will be there. The vice president of sales are going to be there flying down from Florida. They're not going to miss it. And it's really cool. It's one of those things where South Louisiana suffers a lot of skin cancer cases. So, you know, it's to treat basal skin cancer. So rather than having to go to Houston, Texas, or someplace outside of Louisiana to get treated, you can go to East Jefferson General Hospital. We'll be the only hospital locally in our community that has this machine, and at Dr. Paul Mansour's clinic at East Jefferson General Hospital. So that's, I think, you know where your money's going. It's going to stay in a local project. It's not going to go into some general fund. It's going specifically to buy this machine so that you and your family and friends can benefit in the community from this machine.
That's awesome. And again, this year, as you did last year, supporting East Jefferson General Hospital. Last year you raised how much money?
Last year we netted $60,000, and that money went to expand the outpatient chemotherapy facility at East Jefferson General Hospital.
That's awesome.
I was treated at EJ.
I was about to say, your heart is at EJ because they were very good to you when you needed them to be good for you.
That's right. I mean, they have world-class doctors there. The facilities are world class, but like anything world class, at some point you have to update them. So last year we updated the chemotherapy facility. This year we're updating some of the capital equipment they have. And EJ is nice enough to put up half the money, and we're putting up the other half the money.
And the Chad Landry wing, when is that being built? No, just joking.
Maybe Lympho Maniac wing. But
Oh yeah, I'm sure that. You're going to put me where? I got to go where? Well, I think it's fantastic. And Anthony, thanks for your talent that you bring to this, because I know you keep everybody having a good time,
Yeah, it'll
keep
be a
the
lot of
music
fun.
going. I'm sure there'll be a disco ball. Will there be something of that sort there?
yeah, disco ball. Winner takes home the disco ball, which is the prize thing. It'll be guarded until we hand it out, roughly 11:30 at the end of the dance contest.
Yeah, well, let's let everybody again know. Lympho Maniac's coming up on Saturday, March 24th at the Mardi Gras World on the East Bank. It is going to be a fantastic event. Doors open at 7 p.m. The dance off 3 hours later at 10 p.m. Tickets are on sale at $35 in advance, $40 at the door. And if you want more information, you can go to the website Lympho, Lympho dash, and that's key to have that dash, maniac.com, or you can go to East Jefferson General Hospital's website at ejgh.org/capital-campaign. Twitter account, follow them at Lympho Maniacs, and on Facebook as well, Lympho Maniacs. All the information, ticket information. If you need to buy a table, they have tables this year.
That's right.
So I think it's $1,000 for a table. Again,
table.
if you're a sponsor or want to be a sponsor, we want you to get in touch with Chad and support his really worthwhile, ever making a difference organization. And it's really a credit to one person who had their life change, who came back and makes a difference for more than himself, but for so many others in such a very positive way. So Chad, congratulations for
Thank
that.
you.
Anthony, good to have you here, my friend as well. Look for the flip books. They're going to be a great, awesome. Chad, congrats as well, my friend.
Thank
Always
you.
glad.
Thank you, Brad.
Cox is always glad to support this. And for the 10th anniversary, wow, 1 decade done, my friend.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Going to come up on Saturday, March the 24th. Go out and support it, okay? Thanks a lot for watching this segment of Cox Connections. We'll see you next time.